So this you said is the new Scout 2 of Wispr, a brand new drone.
Yep.
So
this is actually the Plus version.
Yeah.
So there's a Sky Scout 2 and a Sky Scout 2 Plus. The difference between them is nothing on the outside of the drone, how it looks. It's the radio on the inside of the drone.
Ah, okay.
So when you get the Plus, then you get the new
Holy
controller.
Holy, that's a big controller.
Yeah. So the regular Sky Scout 2 will be run with like the blue HearLink. That's a blue HearLink over there for the inspired flight.
Yep.
So the blue or the black HearLink will run the Sky Scout 2. There was a Sky Scout 1. Everything is backwards and forwards compatible. So I can put all the same payloads on the 2 that I had on the 1. I don't need to change anything or do anything if I change drones. It's got a whole new design on their front obstacle avoidance. Same within the back here. They got a new design.
Okay.
And then they have it underneath as well. And they also have a new laser rangefinder. So when you're landing, it now knows your height over the ground. Yep.
Nice. We got dual batteries that are probably hot swappable, right? I assume.
Absolutely. The same batteries that were on the 1. A little bit more powerful than the 1.
More, you mean the amount of power they deliver or the time?
The time is about the same. Can carry a little bit more in the payload. Not much, but a little bit. But it's got all new redesigned landing gear and all new design controls. And they made the whole unit modular.
Okay.
So if I bought this as a Sky Scout 2 with the other controller, I can then send it back and they can actually upgrade it to this. So
what's the flight time with these batteries?
you're going to be right around 30 minutes.
Okay.
You know, I would say you're going to range from about 28 minutes to about 34 minutes, depending on
what you do.
Heat, cold, wind, all the above.
Yeah. And what does the battery cost?
Battery on those, I believe, for a set of those is like $1,300.
Okay.
So the batteries are about $650 a piece.
Yep.
Which is about the same as everybody else. You know, even the little ones are now $300-$400.
I know. So the as a payload for aerial mapping.
So it's got an interchangeable payload, so I can put any of the Sony, like they have a Sony 24 megapixel that they use with the Sky Scout. There's the 61 megapixel ILX-R1, the Recipe Ultralight it can carry, and there's also a Recipe Light M2X, which has a 24 megapixel camera instead of the 5 megapixel camera.
Okay, yeah, so you basically can do the LiDAR mapping all in one go.
You can, nobody does.
Oh, okay.
And the reason for that is when you're doing photogrammetry, you actually want your camera to move, right? It's gonna go nadir straight down, but it's gonna go to the right and go to the left, and you have less passes, quicker flight time.
Yeah, no, I see.
With this has a fixed camera. It's really the camera on this on the ultralight is 5 megapixels, so you're not gonna map with it. What you're doing is you're coloring your point cloud with it.
Yeah, and I guess if you see something in the LiDAR, you can go to a visual and say, oh, that's what it is. Okay,
so you could technically map with the 24 megapixel camera, but it's stationary down, so you have to do more passes, have a tighter overlap, that kind of thing. So most people, like I said, if you really wanted to do photogrammetry, you can buy one of the other cameras and then just swap payloads and do a photogrammetry mission or a LiDAR mission.
So if you, now I can't remember. See, this is what I mean. That's why I have to record it, right? Did you tell me the price of the drone itself?
Price of the drone runs right around $28,000.
Okay. So that's batteries, controller, the drone, no payload?
No payload.
The 24 megapixel one?
24 megapixel camera, you're going to be about $8,000.
Okay.
The 61 megapixel, you're going to be about 12. The Recipe Light here with the first year of software and everything is going to run you around 27, 26, 27, somewhere in there. And then the software after that's about $3,000 a year.
Okay.
So it's actually one of the lower cost. Recipe's PC Master Pro, they call it, is one of the least expensive LiDAR softwares that you can purchase.
Okay.
Does a great job. Most of our customers, what this can do for that price handles 85% of our customers. We got 15%, and you're going to go to something like the Phoenix LiDAR over there. Their software is actually based off of this same type of software. It's just on steroids.
Yep.
It can do way more, and then your yearly fee on their software is going to be between $7,500 and $15,000, depending on all the bells and whistles you get with it.
And I think this is it's got the RTK, right?
Yep, full RTK. Yep. The light will turn on. It will tell you red means you're not ready to fly. Yellow, you're getting GPS, but you're not ready. Caution, don't fly yet. Yep. When it goes green, you're ready to go.
Perfect. Wow, there's a lot of information. Because we a lot of us have been like, hey, Wispr looks like one of the best options out there.
Made in Batesville, Mississippi. Very good company. We've been a dealer with them since January of this year. Can't say enough good things about them.
Perfect.
You know, they're like every other drone company. Every drone on the market has the issues of some kind. They take care of them. They take care of their customers. Our customers come back to Wispr because of the customer service they get from the manufacturer and from us. But you know, they do what's right if something happens, and they got to make it right. They've always made it right for us, so we've been very pleased with it.
And wait, that's the Alcal. Okay. Anything else that you have a lot of experience looking at some of the other drones on the market? So, just as an FYI, it was just at ASCL, right, which have the M3 clone. I talked to Flyby Robotics. I talked to Inspire Flight. As you were the Inspire Flight.
Yeah, we're an Inspired Flight dealer as well.
Yeah. If you got to compare these, is it just like, hey, this is the sedan and that's the minivan, or what do you see?
So
it's bigger, but price wise, they're not that different.
No. Once you go to Inspired Flight new controller, which is very similar to this, and the new DJI controller, they're all pretty much the same looking controller. Inspired Flight's a little bit pricier than $1,000 or $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
The big difference is the Inspired Flight's going to carry a heavier payload.
Okay.
So some of the new payloads that are coming.
And I know that's about 6, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So the big one that's coming down the pipe right now is going to be the new Teledyne Echo 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's a completely NDAA compliant LiDAR that's 0.5 centimeter accuracy. And it's around $65,000. The next closest to that for a 0.5 centimeter accuracy, you're looking at probably CHC. They're $120, and then you've got Regal, Phoenix, and some other ones that are $350,000 payloads to get you to that 0.5 centimeter.
Wow.
Okay, so this one's changing. Sky Scout's working out. They came in a little over their spec and weight, so they're right at the max weight for the Sky Scout. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that all the testing goes well, and you'll be able to run it on that.
Yep.
That will be able to lift a lot more than this.
Yeah, it's about almost done.
The only difference between that is that this has the let me turn this off.
It's okay.
This has the obstacle avoidance.
Yep.
That doesn't have any.
Correct.
One, in my opinion, they now have an RTK unit that you can put on top of that you probably saw over at their booth. That's going to bring them well more into the photogrammetry and surveying and mapping market, because surveyors are completely trained in RTK and they're not going to fly a photogrammetry mission without it.
No.
So for the last year and a half that we've had that unit out, we've predominantly sold it with either inspection or LiDAR.
Yeah, I can see it for LiDAR, because inspection, you don't have to buy such an expensive drone for just inspection.
Well, but you do if it has to be U.S.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, and then.
By the way, how is
NDA going to be on the green? It's on the green list.
Okay. So green list, blue list, NDA, is it all the same?
So
because sometimes we get confused, like what is one versus the other?
Okay, so the biggest thing with NDAA is that the NDAA, there are a new version of it every year.
Yes.
Okay, so you kind of got to be there. There are a lot of companies in this space that say, "Oh, this is an NDAA compliant drone," and you read in the fine print NDAA 2021. Okay.
Not up to
not 2025.
No, gotcha.
So the blue list and the green list, in my opinion, the only person that should ever buy a blue list drone is someone that's doing DoD government work. And because they have to. Because while you're flying a true blue list drone, if you flew it for anything else other than DoD, you're flying illegally because there's no remote ID.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
wow.
A blue list means it's military based, which means it cannot have a remote ID. So if the military flies it somewhere where they don't want to know anybody, no one wants to see them, there's no remote ID for it.
Because for a drone that's on the blue list, or what's the difference between blue and green?
So again, a blue list is military specs.
Oh, sorry. Blue list is the same as NDA.
No, they're all NDA. So
Gotcha.
That's what I was starting to tell you. NDAA is the government budget for the military.
Got it.
Okay. So the blue list was part of the NDAA, that if your drone got blue listed, it could be sold to the U.S. military.
Got it.
Okay. And again, part of that requirement for blue list is there was no remote ID with it.
Yep.
So if you want it for any other work in the United States other than a DoD shirt, you would have to go out and buy a remote ID that clipped on. And as soon as you clip it on, it's no longer blue list. So then you could unclip it, and now it becomes blue list to get out. That's the variation of it.
Yep.
And that's the ridiculousness of it.
Yep.
The green list was brought out by AUVSI. So AUVSI got recognized by the U.S. government as a authoritarian body, and they brought out their green list, which means it's NDAA compliant for that year. So if you're green listed in 2025, like this drone is, you are now NDAA compliant for 2025. Okay. But again, if someone says they're NDAA compliant, you got to look, you got to check the number and say, because it could be 2019, it could be 2020, it could be 2022.
That's a good point. I did not know that.
So, because like, for example, the blue Here Link over there, that controller was NDAA approved in 2020. It is no longer NDAA approved.
Good point.
But because it was NDAA approved in 2020, it's going to get you through most government agencies. So again, for the most part, this whole thing is, am I compliant with the people that I'm flying for? And if they're okay with it, then you're fine.
Got it.
But there are a lot of people out there that say, oh no, you have to have a blue list drone to fly our government project inside the city of whatever. It's not a DoD project. You're flying illegally if you bought a blue list drone and did perform their data with
That is amazing. So, and I was just, something that hit me. I saw the Anzu Raptor. Let's say it is right. Tomorrow my M3 falls out of the sky, right? I need quickly a replacement. What is the price point of a Raptor at the
It's
moment?
around the same price as they're not that much different.
Okay, so
The batteries are interchangeable. The RTK hats are interchangeable.
So
You get different software.
yeah, because the thing is, like, price wise, I think at one time they're about 7,000 now, right? Or,
With the T's,
oh yeah, okay, the regular one.
the E,
Yeah.
you're going to be about 6,500 off the top of my head. I'd have to go look.
I'm not holding it.
Yeah,
To it. It's more
but
like
because the T's are typically going to be more like eight or nine now. Like the M3T, the M3E is going to be around $6,000. The T is around 8,900.
yeah. One of my
The
guys.
4 T's are now around 11.
An M3, an M4E. He just picked one up. He's like, hey, you know what? I'm just picking it up. I want to have, a kind of peace of mind.
So again, from our standpoint, there are some internet companies out there that sell them for dirt cheap. We can't get around the tariffs. There were tariffs on them, so we charge for the tariffs.
Yep.
But ours are all true DJI North American drones. Okay? There's companies out there that are selling DJI South American drones in North America.
I didn't even know there was two flavors, so to say, or multiple.
There's a European one, there's an Asian one,
Yep.
and if you get a South American drone here, you can fly it, but you have no warranty. Even if they say there's a warranty, DJI isn't going to honor it because they're not allowed to sell South American drones in North America. Just like we're not allowed to. I can't sell stuff into Mexico or into South America. If that happens, DJI calls me and goes, "Why'd you do this?" Because wherever it's registered.
Well, I really, really appreciate the time because I learned a number of very important things here that I was not even aware of that I didn't know.